Hey guys, welcome to Talks with Tanvir. I have a special guest.
It's me!
It's Jazz! Hello. Hi.
Thank you.
Thanks for
I'm
having
so
me.
honored to be on an episode of Talks with Tanvir.
I forgot what episode this is, but that's okay. I'll write it down.
It's the best episode.
The best episode, there you go. Okay, so we are here to talk about Jazz's video, Dear
Yes.
Mom.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, I'm going to play it for you right now. So Jazz,
Yes.
I want to know what made you want to put this out.
Okay, so Dear Mom, obviously you guys just saw it. It's about my mom, but it's also about me. It's also about depression. It was very hard for me to put out because nobody in my family, except for my immediate family, nobody knew that's why my mom passed away.
Really?
None of my friends knew. When I first met you, you didn't know.
No.
A lot of people didn't know that that's how my mom passed away, and it's because there's this whole like stigma against talking about depression and suicide, and like that's just not a thing, especially in the Indian culture. That's kind of why I wanted to put that video out. I think I just want to break that barrier because depression, it's a thing, and a lot of people have it, and could go to the point where suicide is in the picture, and unfortunately that's what happened to me. So yeah.
And that's what people don't understand, that it can take you to that point. How do you explain it to somebody who absolutely has no idea what
It's so hard.
How do you get them to realize, like, I actually feel this way, these feelings are real, they exist, and they make me want to feel like I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
That's a huge feeling.
It's a huge feeling, and a lot of people are like, you're fine, just be happy, just stay positive, and it's not that easy because it's a chemical imbalance, and unfortunately a lot of people are born with it, and a lot of people just get it over time. I'm depressed because my mom was depressed, my grandma was depressed. It's in the bloodline. I don't know, how would you explain it?
I don't think I have depression, but the way I explain anxiety is just, I know they're not the same thing, but the feelings are like similar.
Yeah.
It's irrational in my head, and I know it.
Yeah.
But it's still very real.
Yeah.
And it's just completely irrational to the other person sitting in front of me because they just
Oh, yeah.
don't get it. And there's no way to get them to understand unless they're empathetic. Unless they can put themselves in your shoes and just understand that, okay, this person is feeling real feelings. This is how they feel. Like, here's how I can act.
Yeah.
Here's what I can do.
A lot of people understood it when I told them that my mom committed suicide. They're like, oh fuck, like it's a thing. Even Harji, like my boyfriend, I told him like very early on in our relationship, like this is like something that's in my blood. I've dealt with depression since I was 8 years old, and I have like really bad anxiety as well, and I freak out. And I think because he knows that like my mom's committed suicide, that kind of helped him kind of understand. For the people out there who like don't know what depression is, or like don't know how it can affect, it's like a disease. There's nothing wrong with you, but it's something that's gonna live with you.
The way I try to put it into perspective for people is, if you break an arm, you wouldn't expect that person to use that arm the same way
Exactly.
they would if it was fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when people suffer from depression and anxiety, you can't expect them to act as rationally as you might be, or expect them to think the same things or have the same habits and whatnot that you have.
Yeah.
Or the same mentality even. People don't equate physical pain that you can see to like what goes on inside the body. Like, I asked you how you explain it because I don't know how to explain it.
It is hard to explain. A big example is we went to LA a couple weeks ago, and we were hanging out with like my friends, and there's like some days where I'm so down to like go out and have fun, but there's some days where I just can't be around people. It's very hard for me to be around people, to be happy, and I'm just having one of those days where I'm just like, I'm in my head. So we went out to Malibu, and everyone was having fun, and I was just like, I was just in my head. And I wasn't depressed about anything. I loved all my friends, and like I wasn't upset about anything. I was just, I have those days, yeah. So like I had one of those days, and all my friends were just like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Like come do this, come do that. How do I explain to them that this is just me? Like some days I want to hang out, some days I'm happy, and some days I'm sad. It's hard to say to somebody that you're having a bad day. I don't know. It's hard.
I usually just say, if I want a friend, I'll be like, I need a friend today.
Yeah.
Or like, yo, I'm just not up to it today.
Yeah.
Or I just won't reply.
Yeah,
I need messages.
My big thing is I don't reply.
I think it gets easier when you say it once, and then you say it twice, and then you say it the third time. As soon as you can give yourself a break for feeling that way, that's when it starts to be less of a burden. You can tell yourself, you know what, I am having a bad day. I am having a rough day.
I think you just need to be honest.
Week. Like, And that's okay. Just acknowledging that.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Don't be like me. I hide everything. I think the best way to do it is just be honest with them the first time and be like, hey, look, I suffer from depression. I'm sad some days and I'm happy some days. And some days when I'm having my bad days, I might have to be like, hey, I'm having a bad day and I need to stay in today. I just need you guys to respect that. I feel like that's like the best way to say it.
Right. So that's with friends. With family.
With family, it's really different. Just speaking from experience, I suffered from depression since I was like 7, 8 years old. I used to cut myself. I tried committing suicide myself several times.
Just want to give you that. Oh my god. I'm still here though.
And I didn't know. I didn't know it was depression. I never was like, hey, why do I want to kill myself all the time? I never thought about it.
When you were when you were that young, like, the awareness wasn't there as much
Exactly,
either.
yeah. Depression was not talked about. The first time I ever really talked about it with somebody was like in grade 8. My guidance counselor talked to me because my friends were like, Jazz has all these cuts on her. I'm afraid like either she's hurting herself or somebody's hurting her. And I would have just like, you know, wear long sleeves, like cover up. And then my guidance counselor was like, okay, let's sit down and talk about this. And then she called my mom. And then I think that's when I realized, okay, there's something wrong with me. And then the doctor was like, okay, you need to take these pills. And it went on from there. And then when I was that young, I had to take the pills because the doctor gave them to me.
Right?
Yeah. And I did for a while. And eventually I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm fine. But then my brother passed away, and then I was like, fine, I'll deal with this like some other way. And then I think that summer was the time I first got really close to killing myself. I could have been hospitalized, but luckily I don't think I took enough. So I took all of my antidepressants, and I just slept for a whole week.
Really?
Like I did not, like couldn't get up. I just slept all week, and I couldn't remember. I would get phone calls that week, and I couldn't remember anything. But that was like the week I really realized that, like, you know, maybe I should be taking pills.
Right.
So then after that I stopped taking pills.
I just want to say that sounds like a sign that the fact that you did that, you made it through that.
To be honest, I don't know how I'm alive. It's weird because it's not even like I had anything bad going on.
But that's the misconception, right? Like people they'll feel sad and then they'll sit there and be like, but I have nothing to be sad about. I feel like people make themselves feel guilty.
Exactly.
For feeling sad.
Yeah.
And that adds to it because guilt is not a positive emotion. Even you're sitting here after years of experience with all this stuff still being like, but I wasn't sad. Like, I had no reason to be sad,
like,
but I still felt
I was sad my brother died. I was obviously so sad. But at the same time, any other person would be like, okay, I just lost a brother, but that means my mom lost a son, and my brother lost another brother.
Right.
My dad lost a son, so I don't want them to lose a daughter. Any rational person would think that way, but I never did. I was like, no, I don't want to live anymore. Like, that's it.
Shit. And see, like, you can't explain that.
You can't. Yeah, that's what I was on. I never talked to my mom about it, or anyone really. Like, I never said to anyone that I was sad or upset. But the only way that my mom found out was through looking through my room.
Really?
So reading my poetry.
Which we will get back to.
Reading my journals. But that was the only way, like, my mom really realized that something was really wrong with me. Because I never talked about it, because it's not something that people talk about at home. So that's what I want to change.
Conversation.
Start that conversation.
And I feel like it could change the world for some people if we just pushed past the stigma and really opened our minds to understand what it actually is. Be empathetic.
Yeah.
When people are telling their story, try to listen and see it from their side. And
opening that conversation up at home is, like, really important.
how do you see that change coming about? I'm not saying we have a solution and whatnot, but, like, from your experience, what do you think could have helped? Or what do you think will help from moving on now?
Honestly, show your parents my video. I feel like that's a big thing. There's so much out there. There's so many resources out there, and I think that's not being used as much as it should be used. Yeah, so I think that's, like, the biggest thing is just use those resources out there. If your parents don't really understand, like, what's going on with you, it might be hard, but maybe take them to a doctor's appointment. Because they'll listen to a doctor, they'll listen to, you know, somebody that knows what they're doing. There's so many resources out there that you can kind of show them and, like, explain to them that, like, this is a thing and this is unfortunately what I'm dealing with. And the only way I can get through is with your support. I think that will help a lot.
You can do that if you build up the courage to talk to your family. But I personally think if you're not getting that support at home, whether it's direct or indirect, I think you need to find resources outside.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Of your home. Not even resources, just like a safe place, or like, I don't know, go to the gym, pick up good habits that are actually going to help you instead of break you down. like a friend's house to go to, or get a nice job. Keeping yourself busy
That
and
helps
just
a lot.
keeping your mind occupied with things that are good distractions.
Exactly.
I like to call them good distractions.
Exactly.
What helped me is making peace with the fact that I have to go home.
Yeah.
That helped a lot.
Yeah.
You would see me, like, I'd get so sad, like, oh shoot, like, I have to leave everybody, I gotta go home now.
Yeah.
And like, this is gonna happen. But now I'm just like, hey, I have to go home. Like,
Yeah. That's
my,
that's
I
your
don't have an
truth.
option.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I have to go home. So how am I gonna make it better for myself?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna say hi to my parents. I'm gonna spend some time, because that's what their complaint was.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do something productive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my favorite food. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna take a nice shower or watch
And have
Netflix.
an awesome room. That was
Yes.
my thing. I make sure my room is the best room possible.
Yeah.
If you're stuck in your room, if you're stuck going home every day, then it's just like make your room your safe spot. Make it awesome. Yeah. And you guys have the internet. I never had that when I was young. Like, I mean, I had the internet, but like, I never had
Not
a
like
laptop,
this.
or not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. The internet was just...
Alright, Kobe.
The internet was like just starting when I was younger, so I never had that. So I did, like, all I had was my journal. I like wrote.
Wow.
But
Which
like now you guys can like watch
reminds me-
Netflix and watch YouTube videos and stuff. Watch my YouTube videos.
She's actually really funny.
Oh.
You're a dork.
Thanks. I try.
She's a dork that writes poetry. I want you to read
Oh God.
out a poem,
Which one?
whichever one you want.
What do you think?
I really like love.
Love? Okay, cool. Keep in mind that I wrote this a really long time ago.
It will touch you.
Alright. Love. Eyes being rolled.
You got this.
Okay. From beginning to end, I loved and lost. I loved the flowers in the spring, but I lost them in the autumn. I adored the ring my mother gave me. Of course, I misplaced it in the park. I enjoyed the company of others, but lost them at night. I loved my boyfriend, but I wasn't good enough for him. I respected my mother, but she attempted suicide. I cherished my brother's protective nature, but he passed away in a car accident. I enjoyed my freedom as a teenager. My mistakes took my freedoms away. Everything I have loved, I have lost from beginning to end. It's really depressing. By me.
Oh wait, we snapped.
Oh yeah, it snaps. Okay.
It snaps. It's not depressing. It's real. That just goes to show how powerful depression can be. Like,
Yeah.
you feel that way.
You do. I actually like still have a pretty negative mind, and it's really bad. I'll be like, what's the point? This is how it's gonna end. This is how it's gonna end.
I know
Can't
what
deal
that
with it.
feeling is sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, yo, we're all gonna die anywhere.
Yeah, right? I'm just like, it's
But-
fine. Like, what's the point?
But then I'm like, hey, we have to live in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
You bring
Exactly.
yourself back. What I like to live by is like, yes, this stuff exists and it's important to talk about it. It's important to educate and learn and accept that these are realities of life. But at the same time, do not let this be the reason you don't make a better life for yourself. Okay, Kobe.
Okay, repeat that.
Do not let this be the reason you don't make a better life for
Yeah.
yourself. Don't let that be an excuse. You know, like sometimes I think maybe I am depressed, but a part of me doesn't want to know because I
Yeah.
feel like I'll use it as an excuse.
Yeah, if you do suffer from depression, try not to use it as an
Right.
excuse.
Still make the best out of your life.
Yeah,
Like,
it's okay to have bad
prime
days
example.
sometimes. There's two ways you can go, and I think the best way to go is just to accept first and then deal with it that way, and don't let anything temporarily relieve you from depression, because unfortunately it's something you're gonna always have to deal with.
Right. You have to find long-term solutions.
Exactly.
I can't speak for anybody that has depression just because I'm not in that
Yeah.
position. And it's easier said than done, but just changing your mindset. Just keep yourself in ignorance. Like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe that's not the case. Maybe it doesn't have control over you. Just tell yourself you have control over you.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that'll help. I don't know.
It is easier said than done. It's like getting over it. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, I'm over this. I'm depressed. Like, I'm like over it. It's fine. Like,
Okay.
you know what? I'm just gonna do something else. I have bad thoughts all the time. I just keep going. It's hard. Some days I might not keep going, but that's just something I have to deal with. And it is easier said than done, but it's better to do something than nothing. It's better to try to change your mindset than not at all.
Right. Take it from her. She's clearly done it. You know what I mean?
I try. I'm just only bringing this up now because I felt frustrated for the people who just can't deal with it, who have family members who have depression and they don't know how to deal with them. That was the only reason, but I've never ever talked about my own depression because I just never wanted to make that an excuse. I think that's like the biggest thing, is just don't make it an excuse.
But now you're using it to empower people.
Hopefully.
And inspire people and
Save some
help
lives.
people and give them something to resonate with.
And then hopefully you guys can be like, Jazz can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
If Jazz can do it, anyone can do it.
I was gonna say something else.
Do you guys see my ugly ass pimple?
No one sees it, to be honest.
It's really gross.
I see it.
she's like, yeah, it's gross. If you need to talk to somebody, just hit me up on my DMs. I got you,
It
girl.
go down in the DM. It go down in the DM. It go down.
I fucked up.
You fucked it up. Okay.
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 Okay. Okay. Okay. You've had people open up to you about
Yes.
their depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
How did you deal with it?
So now a lot of people are opening up to me. And I think the best way to deal with it is, to be honest, just to be like, hey, nothing's wrong with you. That's the first point you gotta tell them. But you're gonna deal with it, you're gonna be strong, and you just kinda gotta be there for somebody. The biggest thing for me is, the reason I don't tell people I'm depressed is because I don't wanna feel that like, oh, there's something wrong with you, you're different. Like, I never want to feel that. I never want to make anyone else feel that way. So I think the best way to do it is just to change their mind. Talk about something else. Let's talk about it. And if they don't want to talk about it, which is usually the case, because sometimes you don't know why you're sad, you're just sad, right?
You're just sad.
You gotta change the subject. You gotta be like, yo, remember when you danced on stage in front of like thousands of people? Like, that was awesome. Like, wasn't that so much fun?
So much fun.
Like, I was so proud of you. Like,
Yeah.
remember how you were feeling? I think that's the best way to do it. Get them laughing. Get their mind off of it. What Harji does is he gives me really tight hugs. Whenever I'm anxious, I get him to lay on top of me. Or like all his body weight is on top of me. I think it's proven, like, it's a proven fact that like when somebody's anxious, like, if you like hold them tight or like you wrap them like up in like blankets or something, they feel better. And I think depression is kind of similar. It's like, just like give someone a hug, make them laugh, but ask them if they want to talk about it once, and if they don't, change the subject. If they look upset, like, if you ask them once, they don't reply like that. Maybe twice, but you know, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it, and if they're ready to talk about it, they'll come to you and they'll talk about it.
I think it's important not to get mad when they don't want to share
like
something with you.
Because sometimes it's hard, or sometimes they don't have a reason.
Even know.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know, something's wrong with me, like, I don't know.
I asked you that because a lot of people don't know how to deal with somebody who has depression or anxiety.
Yeah.
No, the bottom point is, like, everyone needs to be educated on this topic, whether you're suffering from it or not, because most likely someone around you is, and it's important to know how to act and what to say. Like, I understand the person that is dealing with it can't expect everybody to know exactly what to say. That was my issue. I expected certain responses, but you can't expect that because people don't know. People are probably just learning just like you are.
Exactly.
Right? But it's just lack of education or not using the resources enough that we have to work on.
And just
so we'll
be there. Yeah, be there for the person.
That's like
the most important.
Just listen.
Yeah, just listen, be there.
Right.
A lot of times, like, when I'm depressed, I just want to stay in and watch TV.
Yeah.
And some people,
oh my God.
some people don't understand it, but like,
no.
You know.
I watch feel-good movies all the time.
Right.
And they make me feel so good.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, sometimes you just need to stay home and watch watch a movie, and like, that's, to be honest, that's what I want to do a lot of the times. I just want to stay home and like watch something. And a lot of people don't understand why I want to do that. Like, they're just like, well, let's go out. Like, we're here. Like, let's go out. And I'm like, I don't want to go out. That's the thing. So, you know, I feel like a lot, like, clearly us two are like that. I feel like a lot of people are like that. So if, like, you have a friend or a family member that's depressed, be there for them. Like, watch a movie with them. Because it's better that you're doing it with them than them alone. And then them watching it alone in their thoughts.
Right.
Right?
And then feeling alone and all that stuff. When someone opens up, you shut up and you listen.
Exactly. I have some friends that, like, instead of listening, they'll be like, oh yeah, I feel the same way, or oh yeah, like, you know, this happened to me, or like, they try to relate to you, and you're just like, I just wanted you to listen, like, I'm trying to, like, vent. and that's what I need. Like, I need to vent. So to be honest, like, I limit myself from a lot of people because they do that, and like I can't vent to them anymore because they always try to get they always try to relate to me, and I'm like, but I just wanted to talk for a second.
Sometimes the person just needs you to listen.
Exactly.
And that's what being there could mean. It doesn't always have to mean you have to uplift their spirits, or you have to fix their problems, or you have to be the therapist. Sometimes all they need is an ear. Just acknowledge it, yeah.
Just like, okay, cool, like, what can we do to fix this? I like the word we a lot. Instead of, okay, this is how you should fix it, I like when people word it, okay, what can we do to fix it as a team? Because I think that's like a big thing, is just to make sure they're not alone. Should we go see a therapist together? Like, should we go look for resources together?
Oh my god, the worst thing you want to do is tell somebody to see a therapist when they're opening up to you.
Oh my god, I know. Because they want you to be their therapist at that point.
Yeah, they just want you to listen. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? That makes them feel like you don't want to listen to them. So yeah, that's important.
My dog is crying.
You know, like, I understand therapists help and stuff, but I think there's a time and a place when you should suggest it.
Yeah.
And how often you should say it. Let the person decide when they want.
Exactly.
That treatment, or that if they want to go to therapy, or if they want to get a life coach, or let the person decide.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last words or overall message?
Just that, you know, you're not alone if you're dealing with this, and if you're dealing with somebody who is dealing with this, just make them feel like they're not alone, because I think suicide is like one of the leading causes of deaths, and let's change that. Sometimes I think if I was just there for my mom a little more, I know it's not my fault because this is something she dealt with, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I could have spent a little bit more time with my mom. Being there for someone can save someone's life.
Right. What I like to preach is live in the moment. But show love to everybody you love every single day.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that could be that last day for someone, for you. Like, I hope it isn't, but you never know. That was a great conversation. Yeah. A great talk.
Tamria talks.
Well, Tamria listened today. Jazz talked.
Yes.
See? You listen while someone talks.
Exactly.
There you go.
There you go.
But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope this helped. This conversation just needs to keep happening over and over again. I'm probably going to come back to you for like another talk.
Honestly, like, if you're having trouble talking with somebody, share this video with them, because I think it will help them like understand depression.
Right. Or get a dog.
Or get a dog, honestly. Even Kobe eats my head, but he is like...
very therapeutic.
He is very therapeutic.
Yeah. God, this is why I want a dog, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, what the hell?
Yeah, Mom.
Get Tamria a dog.
Yeah. So, that is all for today, guys. And we will talk to you soon. Peace. Peace. 'Cause every day's a movie, baby. And I see it through your eyes.